Switch that over. Good to go. See what this looks like. See what that looks like. Get us a little bit of music. Because, you know, we don't have any at the moment. Alright. There we go. Okay. Hey! Roshifo! How's it going? Don't tell me you were waiting on me. Were you waiting? Cause I've only been up like, what? 3 minutes? And most of that was in the weight room? Alright. Nice to see a friendly face come back right away. Yay, I'm happy the alerts work. I really am. I've got one guy who comes in literally every Saturday. Same time. And he comes in every Saturday like clockwork, except on holiday weekends. And I have a couple people that kind of like pass through. But you're the first one who actually said that the alerts worked. So I am totally cool with that. Alright. Back to our chaos. So we left off with, let's see, trying to figure out what we have for levels, right? So he needs 8,000. The magic user needs a couple hundred to go cleric. Let's see now. Jeff is at 6,000. He just turned level 4, so he's good. Red Mage is 6,800. He's cool. He needs 10,000 to go to level. No, wait. He needs 5,000 to go to 3, so he needs to level up. I somehow missed his level up. So I need to go back and level him up. The Thief is level 4, so he needs 10,000. And Bella is at 3,000, so Claire, a magic user, she needs 5,000 to go to 3. And for the Thief, she needs 5,000 to go to 4. And as soon as you stop playing old RPGs, I will abandon this channel. And I went, oh no, don't do that. Oh, don't do that. That's horrible. I would be saddened to see you go. I know. That would be sad. Yes, okay. View? Okay, that's got 2,000. Right, so take 200 platinum, share the rest. Anything else for me? Alright, so we're still short the slums. We'll actually get through the rest of those later, but... Are you related to Spyro? No, but I did play Spyro once. I think it was the first game I did play on Spyro. Technically, I'm an amethyst dragon, which is a D&D psychochromatic dragon. It's a gemstone class from D&D. Comes up in 2nd edition. Yay! And then in inventory we need red mage to go up. Yes. Alright. Train. Level 3 magic user. Whee! Yes! Stinking cloud. Oh my gosh. That is like the only thing we need. We are now in heaven. I'm not seeing in the monster manual. Okay, actually, hold on just a second. I'll tell you which book it's in. I always have to look it up because it's not a, it's a later one. And I always have to remember which book it comes out of, because it's one that most people don't know. E-books, RPG, Dungeons and Dragons. I believe it was Council of the Worm. Find... Hold on. It's in one of these books. I had it noted somewhere, but I can't remember where I had it noted. Let's see. Yeah, Council of the Worm has it listed. Oh, this book's not OCR'd. Oops. That's a shame. Give me a second, let me find the entry. Where is it in this one? It's actually listed in a couple of books, but you just have to find the right book, and at the moment, yeah, I just gotta find it. Because it's one of those things that, because it's not in the standard books, it's just kind of like a mess. This one doesn't have the pictures of the dragons. Okay, welcome back. So like I was saying, I know it's in the Council of the Worm books, but there's another companion, one of the manuals that has it. I just can't remember which one. Let's see. I know it's second edition. Maybe it's in my other file. Let's see here. No, it's not in there. I don't know where it is offhand. Oh no, I just closed my windows. That's bad. That's bad. Pull Adobe back up. I accidentally closed it. I need this one, and this one, and this one to open. Thankfully, this thing's got a nice memory. Oh, cool. Yeah. The Amethyst Dragon is a crystal dragon. So it's got, the crystal dragons are psychic, Yes, neutral and logical. We also have psychic abilities, magic abilities, and our breath weapon is an explosive loogie. I know. I get to spit bombs. Isn't it great? I love that part. I love the spitting bombs part. That's probably my favorite quirk. Though the yellow one, which is the what's the other one called? The what's the other one? The other one's got a cool one too, because they create a sandstorm cube. Yeah, I know. That just sounds weird. But it's a sandstorm cube. It's pretty gnarly. But yeah, all of the crystal dragons have really interesting breath weapons. Topaz. That's probably it, yeah. Yeah, I always forget, because I haven't read them in forever. Because, like, hold on, let me find that book that I do have here. Because the crystal dragons are in here somewhere. I think this actually has all the weapons too. Nerd. Yes, I know. Actually, you should see my screen. I actually have one of the books open at the moment. It's the wrong book, naturally. Whatever, I'm not dealing with it. But yeah, the different crystal dragons are amazing. Personally, I find them far more interesting than the standard dragons. But, to each their own. Come on. Alright, here we go. Hold on. I can't save. Cast. Bless. Because we don't have prayer yet. Here we go. I got basically. This is gonna be a mess. So. Cast. Hold person. Cast. You're in the wrong spots. That's bad. Alright, cast. Ouch. I screwed this up. I so screwed this up. I will atone for my mistake. I'm dead. Yep. We are. I bet we lose this one. Hey, manual. I don't know if I can hit that from here. It's okay, we still stand a chance. Nope. We're done. I'm down to 4 people because I screwed up and didn't cast my stinking cloud right away. So yeah, we're in trouble. Okay, manual. Now, use... If we actually survive this, I'll be impressed, to be honest. TPK. TPK. Target. 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 There's the stinking cloud out of the way. I'm tired, so I'm gonna go. Oh, thank you for dropping in. Total party kill. Yeah, we might actually have that problem. That's why I saved before we came in. Because this fight is hard on a good day. And with us coming in like this, we have a good chance of dying. Yep. Cast. I can try this. I don't think it's gonna work. Yep, we're done. Not enough stinking clouds. And we're done. Okay, it's gonna take a little bit of black. Give me a second. Have to reload. That fight is always a gamble. Unless you have, like, 5 stinking clouds or whatever. You know, you have multiple stinking clouds, a lightning bolt, or a fireball, or something like that. That one's always a gamble. So, having only 1 stinking cloud, I figured that was probably a waste of our time. Oops. But I figured, why the heck not? Give it a shot, see what happens. Yep, that was definitely a party wipe. However, we do have 1 stinking cloud. We don't have any knock scrolls, though. It wouldn't have happened if I had a breath weapon either. If Bella could actually use my breath weapon and spit the hawk and loogie, man, that's like a fireball going off. Except it's concussive force instead of fire blast. That's truth. Trust me. Big ol' hawk and loogies. So pretty. Besides, I got a friend who's a black dragon. He just vomits acid everywhere. Yeah, I was never honestly, when it comes down to the look of the black dragons are cool. I like that. I think the black dragon always suffered from a relatively weak breath weapon, because the D&D rules really didn't get you the ability to use it well. Yeah, because like the lightning breath weapon from the blue dragon or the silver dragon, it's a straight line to the effect of the range. And in reality, you should have the option of, like, doing a cone, where it is a sweeping attack. So it would actually go from, you know, like left to right or right to left. No, that's on the screen. It would just go from, like, over here on the left side of the screen, just be able to wipe across the screen. That would have been really a nice thing. I know some DMs did that as an option. It's because they're spookiest looking. You know, I do like the look of black dragons. All of the dragons that D&D came out with were really, they're pretty. They can be creepy. Even like the Draco Witch. Fantastic artwork for it. I just have to give it credit. Okay, so this piece we can skip past. That's okay. But yeah, they're a good, like, Halloween dragon. Give you credit there. Let's see now. Kudo's Well, we have everything out of Kudo's Well. The library we can't get into because we don't have Knock Spell. Poodle Plaza. I guess that's our next stop. Oh, the Textile House. No, the Textile House will probably be our next stop. Because Poodle Plaza, while it's not, okay. These guys want to go to war. Yeah, I want to go to war. We'll go to war. Goodbye, boys. Kind of makes me wish I had a Creeping Doom. That's an amazing spell. See, I'm one of those guys who keeps his Halloween decorations up year round. So yeah, my, old Dungeon Master was that way too. He would keep them up as much, you know, the ones that you could leave up year round, he would. Wow, what is this? We're just being stumped here. Alright. Do we want to do this? No, there's only 2 active ones. We don't care about that. No, I already got a cast, so... whatever. I forgot, once you cast it, it's use or lose. Oh well. Works for me. This is Pool of Radiance. This is the MS-DOS version, but there was also a Commodore 64, Amiga, there was a NES port, and a couple of others. This is the first Dungeons and Dragons computer RPG that they ever did. So, if it's a little rough, that's why. Memorize. Memorize. Detect magic. Memorize. 2 sleep spells. Though I don't know if we're going to need those much longer. I think we were in the library so we can rest as much as we like. Yes, there is an NES version of this. It is not very good. I actually did a video on that. Hold on, I do know where that's at. Hold on. Give me a second. I think this is the right video. Yeah, it is. Copy link. This thingy bee. So where's that one at? Z beat me to it. But yeah, so you found it. See, he's just all on the ball. But yeah, thanks to Z, that one's up there. But that's the NES one I did. A while back. And it's a good thing. Because I actually do a comparison at points between the version I'm playing now and which is identical to the Commodore 64 version, except for some graphic upgrades, some graphical changes, but the gameplay is identical. And compare the graphics and the gameplay and whatnot. Treasures of Tarman. I'll have to double check. You might be right about that. Because they did a couple of failed projects along the way. But this was the first one that actually went big for them. So it's the first one most people remember. Alright, so now we're in the textile house. And I never had an Intellivision, so... I don't remember that one, but... As I said, there was a bunch of, not so good projects they did over the years. So let's see here. Textile house is our next stop. Has a couple of things in it. We have the dry well, the hobgoblin barracks, priest, skull crusher. Oh yeah, yeah, that's an NPC. Cloudy Mountain was even before that, but it was strictly an action game. Well, there was a lot of games themed in the Dungeons and Dragons style back then, because you figure Ultima, Questron, and quite a few others were used Dungeons and Dragons as the base for their design, for the character development and world development and whatnot. And in some cases, they actually referenced D&D in their manuals and whatnot. So there was some of that too. But yeah, the lore of the history of Dungeons and Dragons is pretty long. But this is the first one most people remember. So yeah, it's a thing though. D&D games are fantastic. So we've come in 04, which puts us on the upper east wall. So we want to go where? We want to go to the actual textile house, which is down this way. Oh, scorpions. Can we flee? No. That's bad. Please tell me I can sleep, scorpions. Oh, thank goodness. That's a good thing, because scorpions can get real nasty real quick. First with a full-fledged D&D RPG with following character creation. Exactly! And that's why it's the first one most people think about, because technically, I think the other ones, like the ones you're referring to, like Treasures of Tarman, were based on D&D, and this is the first AD&D game. I think that's how the technicality falls. So damn, dead. That's horrible. We didn't even get a chance to save him. Cast sleep? Oh my goodness, this is horrible. Aim? Well, that's... Okay, well that's something I can work with. Yeah. The fact that cast manual. So let's keep him up. Does anyone have a sleep spell left? He's got a sleep and a stink. There it goes. Damn. That was horrible. Okay, so we are where? I know where we are, okay. Out of the textiles! Damn, lost the cleric. Cast. We have one sleep spell left. This is where the game gets hard. Yeah, Stinking Cloud works well. but it doesn't help when they just lay waste. Alright, so there goes all of our monies. We had money. Now we have no money. Because I have to do a resi. Yes. Pool. Heal. Raise that. Ah! Take gems. Damn, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of gold. So I can take all the money we have right now, just do this resurrection. Damn. Oh my goodness. We had enough money. Oh my gosh. Wow, we had enough money for that. I am thoroughly shocked. I mean, honestly, I am thoroughly shocked that we actually had enough money. Oh my goodness. That was total fail. But I guess that's what we get. Yeah, you take 2 sleeps. Give me a sleep and a magic missile. Jeez. Such a pain in the butt. Alright, memorize. Now, question is, so, alright, how much more experience do we need? That's our question. Magic user. To go to level 4, we need 10k. Close. Okay, so that one needs 10k. Kyoko needs... what? 5k? And Bella needs 5k. Textile house is rough. The wandering monster in the textile house ripped us apart. Trolls ripped us apart. So... where does that leave us? I guess... Remember when you used to be good at this game? Yeah, this This game is one of those games that you can be, no matter how good you are as a player, this game can still beat your butt. Because there's just so much RNG. It's scary. Kill that off. I should be able just to whack these things down. Oh my goodness. Die. There it goes. How bad is bad? Alright. It's been a few years since I played this game, so I tend to not remember some stuff. But like, I did a challenge run to see how far I could get with like stupidly low stats, and that goes up on Monday on my YouTube channel, and I tell you, that one was, let's just say, rough. That was definitely a rough thing, because I didn't do any leveling, and I didn't, let's see, we didn't level, and we didn't, and we moved all of our stats as minimum as possible. I gave myself the benefit of having, humanoid races, so everybody's non-human, just so I had some mediocre stats, and I was surprised how far we got before I finally died. It was a pretty satisfying run, all things considered. I got to the orc room, and I just didn't have enough sleep spells. Without being able to level up, I didn't have enough sleep or a hold person in order to be able to manage that particular room. Where is it? Oh, garbage, where am I? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I know where I'm at. I ain't going that way. Now we're in, where are we? Poodle Plaza. So Poodle Plaza has a couple areas we can actually rest. And we have, we have one place we can rest in a weird part of town. We have an area we can fight, and we can go after the auction. but we're not on the auction mission at the moment. So we want to steer clear of the auction. So aside from that, I think we will go try and fight the bar fight. Which is over here. Yeah, here it is. Cast, bless, and there we go. Now this fight has a good chance of killing us. Because there are so many opponents in here. But thankfully it's goblins and hobgoblins, so they've got a good chance of falling asleep. We do have enough sleep spells to kind of go around. We got a couple of magic missiles if we need them. And we have a couple of hold persons. That'll give us Nibog the goblin backwards. Is goblin backwards? Yes! A lot of people don't catch stuff like that. Because they put that kind of stuff in these games, all in the games and the stories and the books, all the time. And a lot of people don't catch it. Okay, so cast. Do I have a nice petal of people that need to be knocked out? Looks like no. Actually, what I think I'll do is I'll use, oops, the darts. Do that. Now I could hold person on a couple people, but I really need to focus on burning down these sleeping ones before they wake up. I really need to do that. Because otherwise I'm going to have a whole bunch of angry people awake. That's the last thing we need. It's okay though. We'll be fine. Anybody who's sleeping, go ahead and target them. And there they go. Move. No, exit. Cast. Stinking cloud. Cast. Hold person. The last thing you want is this guy running away. Alright. There we go. Now we're good. I didn't expect him to start running before we had a chance to burn through him. I fist fight several small children for high quality remakes of Goldbach games. Honestly, there was some talk of that a couple of years ago. That Wizards of the Coast was considering doing remakes of the old Gold Box games, but nothing ever came of that. Par for the norm, I guess. Pick. No one can knock. I guess that's the way into that room? No, there's another way in. We can go in the back door. Bash. Pick. Nope. No good. So that doesn't help us at all. So we have that chainmail, we have that longsword, but that's all we got. I don't suppose we got enough experience for anybody. Doesn't look like it. No, that one fight wasn't really worth it. Let me see here. We can't really get to Soulkeep until we have a knock spell. Because we kind of need a knock spell so we can get Fireball. Imagine these games with 5e rules. Ugh. 5e is such bullshit and garbage. The 5e rules were made by people who don't understand how and why mechanics exist. You can fight me on that, but you're not gonna win. They wrote the 5e rules based on how video games work, not how practical RPGs should work. 5e was developed for the original Dungeons & Dragons Online Stormreach. And they just took that very crappy version of the rules, tweaked it a little bit, called it 5e. Trust me, it is garbage. It removes all of the challenge. It removes the reason wizards are overpowered. And actually makes them way overpowered. It diminishes the strengths of the paladin. It diminishes the strength of the ranger. It diminishes the strength of the thief class. Because now anybody can do it. Anybody can cast spells. And anybody can pick locks. And anybody can sneak. And anybody can do anything, because 5e says so. 5e does not make the classes unique. It does not make the classes inside their banks. You don't need a thief. You just need someone who can pick a lock, and anybody can do that skill. That's why 5e sucks, because they made it to where everybody can do everything. Like you're playing some World of Warcraft or other MMO type game where you can't rely on having other people do things. Now 5e's garbage. Unfortunately for Wizards of the Coast, they inherited 3rd edition and 4th edition, which were also garbage but in different ways. The best version of Dungeons and Dragons was actually the revised version, which is the Black Book set, because that struck a balance between the very, very intense rules that was starting to crop up in 2nd edition and was way overdone in 3rd and 4th, and balanced that with the creativity and playability that 5e is basically balanced around. So, take it with you will, but the Black Edition was actually the best version of D&D, because it wasn't trying to be something it wasn't, and it just ended up not being good. If you actually want to really see how bad 5e is, take a campaign setting, any campaign setting. Read the 5e rules. Keep in mind, you assume you know nothing about that campaign setting. Read the 5e rules. Pick up the same campaign setting from 2nd edition, read the campaign setting. First, the campaign setting is going to be 3 to 5 times long. It's not 100 pages of fluff. It's 100 pages of rules, and then 100 pages of how to play the game, and then 100 pages on how to make it fun. You're looking at a 300 to 400 page book, or several books, in some cases, on how to play in that campaign and be able to enjoy it without having to either A, worry about the rules, or really harp on it. 5e took all of the mechanics out of the game and just did the, let's just roleplay! Have fun! No, it's just, I was very disappointed with 5e. I was looking forward to playing 5e with some friends of mine, and when I got the rule books, thankfully I didn't buy them. Thanks to D&D Beyond, a friend of mine sent me over his copics. I agree there. 3 was bad, 4 was total trash, 5 is better. It's closer to like somewhere between like 3 and the Black editions, but it's really soft. If they do it right, I think 1 D&D, or D&D 1, however they're phrasing that, might be okay. I've actually looked at a lot of the supplements for that have come out so far. The, what do I call that? The, whatever they're calling that banner for it, for the 1 D&D. You probably know what I'm talking about. I've read through those, and we actually used those. Ooh, hello, persons. Cast. I have a sleep still left. Sweet. That'll work. But, you know, I've read some of Pathfinder, and I thought it was interesting, because they do base it on, D20, but they went their own way with it. So, I do want to play a Pathfinder campaign at some point. Oh. But I just haven't gotten around to finding a party to play with. Yeah, well, it's 3.5, which is what's known as D20, but it's the modified 3.5 rules for D20, and they took, from what I read on it, they took a I don't know. Have you heard of GURPS? Hmm? Oh, it ran. You may not know GURPS, but have you heard of GURPS? Or the generic universal role-playing system? Well, the way I understand it is Pathfinder took D20, which is the simplified 3.5 rules, and then took some of the GURPS concepts, rolled it in, and created a whole new setting around it, and it looks pretty good. I have yet to get through this without having a fight at this gate. Do I have a spell anymore? Do I have any more spells? Please tell me I have something I can cast. Done. Bandage. Cast. A magic missile. Fine. I'll take it. Cast. Can't cast. Done. Bandage. Oh my goodness. What is this? This game hates me today. Oh. We're in so much trouble. We are in so much trouble. Yep, that's it. We're down 3. Soon to be down 4. Alright, we are in deep doo-doo. Alright. That's Tea Party wipes. We need one more level so we can get knocked. So we need... I know. Yeah, I know. Alright. We can't clear it, because we don't have a fireball. But what we can do is go to Circle Keep, do a little bit of looting. And that might be enough. Because Circle Keep's got some good experience in it, but we might just be able to pull off a little bit of Circle Keep. So I'll just stay away from the, there we go. Search. Thank you. Now, in Circle Keep, we have undead wandering around. So let's see here. We have... Yeah, no kidding. And you got a couple options in here, because you can avoid them or you can kill them. The dude we just looted, he gives you the passwords for the undead. So that's an option. If we choose to go that route. We can go loot the scorpion room and the fungus room. Poisonous frog room. Right, we don't care about Fire Martinez, that's the end. The armory. The treasure room, that's what we want. We want the treasure room. Alright, so we want to go this way. We are kind of in a bad spot because, how much undead do we have in here? Wow, that's actually a lot of undead. What? All of that we turned exactly one undead? Oh my goodness, these guys are horrible. That is horrible. Because they... Oh my gosh, this is just horrible. Ah! Dude, I'm trying not to use my spells if I can avoid it. But I might have to. Oh my goodness, but nobody can hit. We have +1 weapons and +2 weapons. And we can't hit skeletons and zombies? What is up with that? Oh my goodness. I mean, if we hit them like once or twice, they die, but... You gotta hit them first. There we go. Oh my gosh. That was horrible. Oh my goodness. That was a mess. That is such a mess. Alright, so we are going to go this way. So let's do parlay. And use the... I don't think it matters what type of phrase we say. Shush me. Go by. And now I've used the password to make him go away. we should be good to go for a few seconds. Oh, that's what the frogs are. Combat, I guess. They're not gonna have many hit points. The only trick to these things is they are poisonous frogs, so they can poison us. Assuming they actually hit us. Good to go. This wouldn't be happening in 5e. You're right. Because in 5e at this level, we'd be like level 75, not level 3. That's the biggest problem most people have with 5e, is that they took your levels and shortened it down so far, and by the time you get 5,000 experience points, you're already level like 10 in every class. If you want to do that, just start at 10, or start at level 5, or start there. Don't start at level 1. You know, just start your campaign at that level. If you want to be level 5, just start at 5. If you want to be 10, start at 10. Good morning, George. How are you doing? Okay, now this is the armory. I think we can search this place. There it goes. This, I think, is a storeroom? There we go. I just keep raising your blood. No, you're not really raising your blood pressure. It's just the mechanics and the logic behind 5 is just baffling. It doesn't make any sense why they did what they did with 5. And that's what's annoying. Eastern US, I like saying good morning because it keeps people happy. Anything else in here? No, I think we can rest here too. Let's go ahead and camp. Save on A is fine. Oh. Let me see if we can actually rest here. I think we can. No, it's not you. It's just I was very, very disappointed with the way they handled 5. I thought it was poorly done. In fact, that was like the only reason I didn't like 5e, is they ignored what made the most popular version, even to this day, of Dungeons and Dragons, which is 2nd edition and revised, kind of mixed together. Is, if you ask around, that is the most popular version of D&D. And they just ignored that and went with something completely based on like a computer game. And then wonder why people didn't like it. Now, people who love computer games and grew up with computer games, okay, George, I'll see you later. They don't understand why, people have an issue with, 5e. And I find that actually kind of funny. That people who only know computer games and the really oversimplified and cheapened rules in 5e seem to think that it's the ideal solution to the way the game should be played. And I think that's what annoys me more than anything else with 5e. So from here, we can't take the boss room up here. But we can check our experience real quick. We need more experience. We need about 3,000 experience points. And we just don't have it. Yes. Undead. Yes. Now, one thing about this particular dungeon is if you can handle the undead, you could use the undead in here as a perpetual, point of experience. Now, it's not a lot of experience. It does scale with your level. That's a good thing. But it's definitely... Oh! Look! It's two scorpions. What is up with that? That scorpion doesn't want to die. There it goes, because I'm not wasting any more sleep spells on it. No. Okay. Exit. Now this is the fungus room, right? I don't think this actually has anything in it. Nah, it's just room full of fungi. So the only thing in here that's actually worth doing for experience, unfortunately, is the boss room and the wailing room. And those are way above our head without at least one fireball. So, now the question, how to make some experience? Now, if you're cheeky in this game, what you would do is you would save. You would remove everyone from the party, restart the game, add them back to the party, and then start a new game? And then, go that way. Yes! Yes! The first one there is Ninja Kai. Second one's Kyonko, Jeff Chan, or Jeff Q Chan, the Well-Read Mage, Ao Uni, and Bella, which is me for Bad Dragon. And all of these are, except for Jeff, Jeff doesn't stream, but everybody but Jeff are streamers over on Twitch that I hang out with and I chat with on Twitter all the time. It's all people I chat with on Twitter. I decided to name it after some of the streamers and Twitter peeps that I play with and talk to. I thought it'd be fun. And then That's his handle. His handle is Jeff Chan or Jeff Q Chan. He's funny. Don't ask me. I don't know why. That's how he tags himself. Don't ask. If people tag themselves with a female moniker but they're a guy, that's fine with me. I don't care. That's how they want to be addressed. That's their address call. Alright, well, guess what? I'm gonna piss her off. Why? Because I want the money. I want the experience points. 3 copper. Oh, she ran away. Well, that sucks. I wonder if I can... Oh! Oh, she reset the... Oh! That's why you don't attack her. Woo! That's nasty. That's a nasty thing. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of work. Come on, ball up, people. Not really. I got enough sleep spells to still handle it. And all the archers are in melee range, so I don't have to worry about them at all. What we do have to worry about is them keeping nice and tight. Cast. Sleep. Manual. I'll take you 9. Oops. They all fell asleep. Oops. They fell asleep too. Poor babies. We have sleeping orcs. I'm sorry. They all fell asleep. I must kill them now. All the sleeping puppies must die. Yes, sleep PKs. We are doing sleep PKs. It's okay. They will live forever in whatever goblins call heaven. Now there's a funny thing though, if you don't know anything about D&D worlds, they actually have in some of the Gods and Pantheon books, they actually break down the religion, art, history, mythology, the gods, the heavens, their hells, for like all of the inhuman races like orcs and goblins and lizard men, and there's this whole like in there. There's like a whole series of D&D books based on how to handle mythology of non-human races. And I find the fact that they put that much effort into it at one point in history really fascinating. The fact that somebody spent the time to come up with these names. I find amazing. I mean, I would. But I'm not normal. I am a dragon after all. Oh, get rid of that. I don't need this. There we go. But yeah, orcs and goblins, they have their own mythology. I did the best god is the one of Kuatoa, Blip, True, Bloop? Oh, that's... That's interesting. I think the most interesting one in the Forgotten Realms universe is Monder. Yeah, I know. The D&D gods are crazy. There's some crazy names in there. I think Monder is probably one of my favorite ones because he is the god of rot and refuse, and his servants are like shambling mounds and things, you know, rotting plant and whatnot. Yeah, it's a really cool god, and in one of the games, I think it's Curse of the Azure Bonds. I think it's that one. One of the trials you have to go through is to stop, I think it's the Zentil Keep people from resurrecting Monder. And you stop the ritual part of the way through. So like a few, and it's called this, bits of Monder come through, and you have to beat up these things, and they're basically like supercharged shambling mounds. But yeah, they went through and came up with some really cool gods for D&D. Alright, so I don't know if those orcs was a one-time thing? Is that a one-time thing? Looks like it. Looks like it might have been like a one-time thing. If you piss off fortune teller, you get attacked. I do know if you upset her before, cast. Well, let's see if I can pick a fight with this guy. Now, after you finish all those quests, he doesn't come back. That's a shame. So yeah, our biggest problem at this point, though, is having enough experience. So we still need 2,000 experience points. Correctly, Grumash is the orc god, and he is the what? Yeah, that sounds about right. The orc gods. Hold on. Now you got me thinking, and I want to look it up. So give me a second, I'm going to look it up. I think I remember which book that's in. Let's see here. Shaman's Arcana. Priest books. Where is... Where is that? Da 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 da. Priest Compendium. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Do, 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 do. Monsters Arcana, Monsters Compendium, Monster Manual. Where is the Gods and Deities book? Oh, by the way, I have 1,500 electronic D&D ebooks. I have a insane library. Believe it or not, aside from Kryn, a little bit. Aside from Kryn, most of the worlds tend to pull from either the common, like Gods and Deities books, or they pull from Forgotten Realms and just give them new names. Like, Greyhawk had its own pantheons, but, Dark Sun just changed names, and Red Steel, Mystra, Shining South, Spelljammer, Al-Qadim, and Oriental Adventures are all Tyrillian. They're all in the same world as Forgotten Realms. So they tend to have, no, this is generic gods. Thing is, I did a whole thing on the Goblin and Orc gods a while back. I have a whole video on it. Oh, I know where that's at. That's on my other channel. I don't do much with this channel. Still got my old avatar. Where is it? Here it is. Here we go. Make sure that's the right clip. Yeah. This is the one I did on goblins. I also did another one on orcs. I was trying to make a better version of the 5e Spelljammer rules, and I realized in order to make Spelljammer actually work at least remotely close to the original Spelljammer rules, you basically had to throw out the new garbage and go back to the original 5e rules. Don't! Watch it later! Look back up for later. That's what I always do. You can go watch that later. But yeah, I break down the goblin gods in there and talk about the orc gods a little bit. It's trillion, but the other worlds really don't get into the non-human gods. You know, so they kind of cover the elf gods a little bit, and they cover like the dwarven gods and whatnot, but they really don't cover elf god, non-human gods. You know, the bad races they don't cover very often. So there we go. Yeah, that actually uses my old avatar. So give her a little bit of grace. I did a couple in that series. I did, I think it was 4 episodes or 5 episodes of D&D over there. I was gonna do more, but then I realized all of the problems with 5e meant that in order to make any good idea work, you had to throw out so much of 5e just to make it work. Like, I was going to explain how to do naval combat, both either space or sea, for 5e. And I realized in order to explain that, I was going to have an animator. Somebody to do an actual animation on how naval combat works, because it's not hard, but it's just complicated enough that you need to have that visual aid to explain how it works. You know, people keep saying there's nothing wrong with 5e, and yet every time I look through the materials for 5e, everything is so thin. I mean, really thin. Like, I've read through a couple of campaigns, actually played a couple of the modules. Not all the way through, but I played with a couple of friends just to see how bad 5e was, whether it was good, bad, or whatever. And we took a couple of modules, we played through them, full 5e rules, made new characters within the 5e rule guidelines. You know, we had 1 cleric group, 2 fighter groups, a mage group, and a thief. And we went through with that, through a campaign, and I did a couple of sessions with it. And we spent more time trying to figure out the convoluted nature of the rules than we did actually playing for the first session. And the second and third session, we had fun, but we laughed more about how the fact that it's broken. No, it's broken. It's completely broken. The game is, the 5e is so broken that it's amazing it's actually playable. I mean, it's playable, but it's so broken. And that's the worst part, is that it's completely broken. Which is an absolute shame. No. Hey, look, it's orcs. We can beat these guys up. What do we have down here? Oh, good, they're hobgoblins and an ogre, and ain't none of them. Got a bow, I don't think. No, there are bowcasters down there. There's what, 2 of them? 4 of them. That's problematic. Alright. Move, move. Cast. Stun card. You're in position now, but... Cast. Cast. Because you gotta get around this corner. There we go. I can sit on the corner. Alright. Done delay. Yeah, we're good. No, it's just 5e's got so many bloody holes. And that's the biggest problem with it. It's just it's got holes. I've read through a couple of the campaign settings. Like, I actually own their Spelljammer campaign, and it's only about half there. When what's supposed to be a flagship campaign, and they did this more than once with 5e, is supposed to be a flagship campaign, which means you're basing the next year on this campaign setting. And this is bad. And the rules are so weak. And I mean, we're not talking like, it's kind of weak. You know, minor problems here. We're talking for Spelljammer and for Forgotten Realms, both, mind you. Forgotten Realms had to have 4 books before they had enough content that you could actually play the game. In Forgotten Realms. Yeah, I'm sorry, when you have to provide multiple books before you can even have a playable campaign setting, you have a serious issue inside of your design structure. Yeah, you gotta rethink your design. Now, do I think 5e could have been handled much better? Most definitely. Do I think it has potential of working? Sure. Except the fact that they're basically throwing out 5e for D&D 1, what? Next year? As of next year, they're basically throwing out all 5e in favor of D&D 1. I mean, come on, really? That shows zero confidence in your product when you're literally throwing out your whole product in favor of a new product less than 2 years after you release the original product. So it just proves that Wizards knows how bad it is, and they're willing to fix it. So, you just have to take it into consideration. All things in moderation. That's all. Alright. Alright, you come down here. Box them in. Cast Cure Light Wounds. Target. Cast Cure Light Wounds. A lot of magic. Let's get those dudes out of the way. Use... Okay, we'll use the short bow. And do that. Great. That's bad. Great, so the one guy who has the ability to cast can't, because he's out of spells. I love my life. I love my life. This is such a great life. Bandage. Done. Bandage. If we survive this with anybody alive, I'll be impressed. I'm just amazed we're not dead yet. We're dead. This is another party wipe. Yay! It's a day! Oh my goodness. See, this is why so many people do the dump the party and reload it, because you kind of hit a soft wall when you're doing mixed house parties. Now, if you're doing straight human parties, you still might have to try to get good. You want to get good strategies? I'll show you to get good strategies. This is the official get good strategy. If you actually read any forum, they tell you, when you get stuck, go to a trainer. Yes. Remove everybody from the party. Exit to DOS. Restart the game. Come on. Add characters. And begin. This is the official get good strategy. Believe it or not. In fact, if you actually look up some of the comments with the creators of the game, they'll tell you that this removing the characters and adding them back in was added originally because they couldn't beat the game without doing it. Honestly, they couldn't beat the game without doing it. So they added that in. So you can remove the characters and put it back in. So they could restart with the same characters at a higher level. And then when they did Secret of the Silver Blades a year later, they did the, we did this because we couldn't play the game and we were total nubs. So why don't we make use of this? So if you remove it, characters, let's go ahead and let you load them, import them from the previous game. And that's what they did. So they built Hillsfar as a test. Literally Hillsfar, if you've ever played Hillsfar. It was originally a test game to test the importing of the characters from Pool of Radiance into the new engine for Curse of the Azure Bonds. And they decided the game's half done, so why the heck not? And they just completed the game. Yeah, it was meant as a character test for the test the conversions. You know, the import and conversion of the new thing. It was bad, but it wasn't actually meant for the players. That's the funny part. It was meant as a test bed to test this file conversion between the two engines. Because they basically rewrote the engine between, it doesn't look it visually, but the back end they basically rewrote between Pool of Radiance and Curse of the Azure Bonds. So to make sure that the engine worked, they built Hillsfar as a test bed. So when they did Curse of the Azure Bonds, they did we'll just import the Hillsfar characters as well. So you could take your characters from Pool of Radiance through Hillsfar if you wanted to. No one does. And then import them from either game into Curse of the Azure Bonds. And then they did the same thing going forward. So if you had Curse of the Azure Bonds, you can import them into Secret of the Silver Blades, and then from Secret of the Silver Blades into Pools of Darkness. And they did the same thing with the other games. So if you have the Gateway series, so the Sword Coast series, there's 2 games in that. You play the first game, you can import it into the second game. If you play the Kryn series, which I know we talked about that earlier, it's pretty bad. But if you play that series, the same thing. When you get through the first game, you can import your characters from game to game to game. So the Gold Box series, which is this style game, they did that one. The non-Gold Box, the black boxes, I don't remember if they did. Like for I have Beholder on the PC, I don't remember if you can import your characters between the games or not. I don't remember. But yeah, this is what they did. This is the official how to play the game. So sometime here. Yes, I couldn't remember because I haven't played those in forever. I own them, but I couldn't remember if you could import them. But still, it's the same thing. They did that because of the fact that they couldn't beat this game. And it's just something they carried forward. Well, I'm here. Well, I don't know. We'll play the official get cut strategy. And do it this way. Da, 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 da. There we go. And the thing is, you get so much experience doing this that you could max out your characters in this game and never actually leave the slums. And that's the slightly scary part. Is that you could do that. Alright, well. What is he doing? Look at this dude. He's trying to run away up here. No, you don't. You're not getting away from me. I'm not letting you get away that easy. There's what, one active goblin? There we go. So yeah, the idea that you could literally just play the slums like hundreds of times. The cover art for a lot of these games is just phenomenal. I do have to say the cover art is fantastic. I love the cover art. They went through a lot of time and effort to do the cover art, and it was so worth it. Sure. Take. Heroes, bow. Heal items. Join those heroes. Flee. Oh, turn search off. Turn search off. Flee. I did not want to do that. This is why I didn't want to get into the fight. I knew it was going to be nasty. Okay, now, I agree. The Kryn art was good. I don't remember the gameplay of the Kryn, Gold Box games. Just like I don't remember the Ravenloft gameplay. Because I don't own either. And I haven't played either since, like, ages. To be fair. So I don't remember if the gameplay and if the story was any good for the computer version. I remember that the world was just kind of mad at me, in general. Yeah, I was never really happy with the world as a whole. So, there is that. That counts. But no, the box art, you know, the company they had doing the art was just fantastic. I'm all the way back here. That's fine. Let's use this one as a healer point. Okay, attacks in a second. Get these. Cast. Okay, memorize. Camp. Magic, memorize. Does he have a bless? Yeah. So, memorize. Next page. Exit. No. Memorize. So let's see what you said here. The Crin games basically were like the Forgotten Realms. Well, yeah, the engine's the same. The gold box engine didn't change much. So a lot of people don't realize, you know, a lot of people think it was the same engine. And it really wasn't. Ravenloft was the, if I remember correctly, Ravenloft was based on the Eye of Beholder engine, or the Black Box engine, which was used for the EOB series and the Dark Sun series. I believe Ravenloft's using that engine. I may be wrong, but I believe that's the engine that they used for Ravenloft. I don't remember, but I believe that's the engine they used. Cast. Go kill the Cobalt Party. Alright, you go here, cast, sleep. Do that one. And then cast, sleep. Oh, that one. Because wasn't it the point and click engine? Where you had the, I believe it was the point and click engine. So there is, you know, they had basically two engines. You had this one, and you had the EOB engine. That was until they came up with some of the later games, which is interesting because, like, Baldur's Gate basically went back to this engine with point and click. This unique engine was also used for Men's of Brazen. That was the Men's of Brazen engine? Okay. Men's of Brazen was the, was after the EOB engine. I realized that, Ravenloft was that late. That's what I get for not owning it. I didn't like Men's of Brazen much, so I really didn't get into that game. I couldn't get into it. probably should at some point. And actually go in and play it to beat it. Because it's an interesting universe. And it is Forgotten Realms, but Ender Basin is just a little different. And it's just different enough to be a good time. Look at this party, man! This is bigger than the boss room I was in. This is the downside to restarting. This is a random encounter. It's bigger than the flippin' boss fights. I mean, come on. I told you this thing scales. The scaling of this game is epic. I have nothing against Dark Elves. I have absolutely nothing against Dark Elves. When you smoke them, broil them, steam them, they all taste the same anyway. They're like elves with a little more earthy flavor. I was waiting for that. Yes. So if you don't know, sitting out behind my cave, I have a smokehouse that I cook normally humans in, because they're usually the ones that annoy me the most. But I do keep space for elves and dwarves. I don't allow goblins or orcs or kobolds in there. I don't care for them. They taste like a swamp that decided to puke in my lunch. So I tend to not let them be in my smokehouse. But, you know, sometimes somebody pranks me in it and I have one end up in there. Never fun. I'm not happy when that happens, but you know, my smokehouse is always happy to accept a nice friend or two to come over for dinner. I know, I'm a little weird. But, you know, I am a dragon. What else am I gonna do with my life? I gotta have some hobby. At least you don't say halflings or gnomes. You know, don't be surprised if they're in there too. Where am I? I did not mean to do that. I hit the wrong key. Where am I? Oh my goodness. I don't even know where I am. Wait, hold on. I am 13-7. Where is that in the slums? Oh, okay, I know where I'm at. I'm actually back at the beginning. Jeez. That was bad. People are always surprised what ends up in my smokehouse. And then they get really weird. Stop being bad at video games. You know, I'm not being bad on purpose. Sad part is, this particular one, I don't think I could be bad on purpose, to be honest. I'm so used to it that it's like, when I play the later games in the series, it's hysterical because I always do the, oh, they added this feature, or I forgot about that feature, and I'm remembering things like as I'm playing the game, and I'm always surprised because I play this one so much, or I have played this one so much that I tend to forget that the other games have additional features, different spell lists, or whatever. It's bad. Alright, so I got another ring here. So you can only wear one. There we go. Camp, cast, magic, cast. Da 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 da. Magic, memorize, memorize. Oops. Hold on a second. Let's see, what do you plan to play when you beat this? Oh, I'll beat this one. I have beat this game, I think around a dozen times. I play it every year or two. Once every year or two. So yeah, no, beating this one isn't an if, it's a, as long as I have people coming back to watch me play it, I will keep playing it. So, that's the way that works. As long as people are coming in to watch, I'll play a game. When people stop coming in, that's usually when I stop playing. I move on to something else. But, let's see, 11 o'clock, so I need to get off soon. Tomorrow I'll be playing, White Knight Chronicles. That's my Saturday game. This will be my Friday game. And I'll probably play this if I have time to play on a random day throughout the week. Because it takes so much time to do. And I don't want to be on this one for like 6 months. So, but I'll beat this one at some point. But after this one, I don't know. It'll probably get put on hold in December, because in December I'll probably play Parasite Eve, because I really want to beat that one again. And so that'll probably be Friday and Saturday night through December, or until I beat the game. So that's probably what that's going to be. Then I'll come back. I like Parasite Eve. It's a fun game. So, that's kind of like my plans for the next couple of months. I was thinking about maybe doing a full run against this one and doing the 4 games, but that is so many hours. And this party isn't meant for it. Unfortunately. This party would get through Curse of the Azure Bonds, but we'd get stuck probably halfway through Secret of the Silver Blades, and would never be able to complete Pools of Darkness. This party couldn't beat Pools of Darkness. In order to do that, you have to have basically all humans. Because you gotta be able to get to level 15 or so, and doing Icewind Dale or Neverwinter. I was doing Neverwinter and Icewind Dale. I thought about those because I haven't played either of those in ages. I've tried to pick up the Baldur's Gate series a couple of times in the last few years, but I just couldn't get into them and get past those first couple of quests just to really dig into the game. Couldn't seem to do it, but I might do Icewind Dale again. Because I own those. I own both of those. So I might try that one again and see if I can get into that. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're going. So thank you for dropping in. I hope you drop in tomorrow for Midnight Chronicles and hang out again. But look forward for the posts. Like I said, you can follow me over on Twitter as long as I hold Twitter. And go check out what I've done over on YouTube, because my YouTube channel has all of my past broadcasts, and it has all of my standalone videos. So you might find something in there interesting that I've done like a quick review on or something that you might find interesting. So go check those out when you have a chance, and I will see you next time. Have a good night.